What's going on, Mark Crew? Welcome back to Mark Crew Podcast, the number one podcast in the world. Logan Paul ain't got nothing on me. I'm telling you this right now. I'm doing it all different. I'm doing it better, simpler, cheaper. We doing our own thing. Today we have another special guest. Today he goes by Livin Lavish. I mean, that's what I call him. I don't know if he goes by anything else, but I call him Livin. You know, people are like, who you talking about? My boy Livin. You see what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to kick back. We're going to chill out. I brought my dog some water because I know he always thirsty, man. See what I'm saying? So without further ado, I'll give y'all Livin Lavish. Yeah. My buttons ain't working, so I can't hit the applause button.
I appreciate the
What
intro.
up, my baby?
What up, my G?
All right?
How are you? Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Throw some headphones on. Yeah. I gave him the red beats. I got my Xbox one, but don't tell anyone. We doing this on the. We cheap here. What's going on, my baby?
We good, bro. How you been?
I've been blessed, man. This podcast is making me happier and happier every day. So don't mind to cut you off, but go subscribe, man. Hit that like button. Comment who you want on this podcast, because this is honestly bringing positive vibes to me. We're doing what we're doing. So tell me, what you been up to?
And not much, to be honest with you. Just always trying to create. You know what I mean? I mean, exactly what you're doing is this podcast, for example. I mean, even though we just here chopping it up. Let me lift this real quick.
Do your thing, man. We out here. Do your thing.
All right, test.
You comfy?
Yeah, I'm good now.
He good. We got to take care of Livin, man. Here, make any adjustments you need.
Can you bring this a little closer?
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it. Yep. All right, we good now.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the podcast. It's behind the scenes and bloopers.
We gotta chop it up. We gotta be relaxed. Chop it up. We gotta be chilling, right?
Oh yeah, we chilling, living lavish, man.
So I go by Lavish, or my man Moto calls me Livin, which is very unique. Nobody really calls me that, which is dope.
That's Moto Mart right there.
I like it. I mean, I just create as far as that goes, just like what you do in Moto is, finding different ways to express ourselves through, posting on different platforms and just trying to create, like I said.
Man, listen, my first time ever hearing about you or whatever, I think you just popped up on my For You page on Instagram. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's good.
You know me, I'm a car guy. You see what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So I was like, you don't mind if we talk about your cars, do you?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know.
Whatever you want.
I don't know much about his car, but I know it's a Maserati and it's wrapped, and that boy is hard. You see what I'm saying? What kind of Mazda is it?
So it's a Maserati Gran Turismo Sport.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I've been driving it for 5 years now. It's my car. It's the one that I definitely gravitated to when I wanted to create content. I wanted to pick a car that's unique, and you don't see a lot of them on the streets. So it's like, you see these Challengers, you see these Chargers, you see a lot of Mopars, even Corvettes, for example. And I wanted to pick something unique so that way it catches some traction online and grow the page pretty quickly, because that's what you want to do. You want to, constantly accelerate and, go through that the motions as far as growing the page.
Did you buying that Maserati, did that make you blow up in a sense?
In a sense, so I kind of gravitated towards the car, like I said, when a big factor to buying anything is uniqueness. That's my favorite thing, is to look for that factor, is making sure that it's unique and not a lot of people have it. When you're looking for a car, or you're looking for something that you want to buy, you start seeing them out on the street.
Right.
Oh, I want to buy a Jeep Wrangler. All of a sudden, you see 50 Wranglers on the street.
Right. It's like GTA. You ever play GTA?
You buy the car, now it's over on the street. Like, you paid for this whole car.
Yeah, now it's just sitting right there.
Exactly. So, with the Maserati, I kept that in mind. I'm like, okay, I wanted a Gran Turismo Sport. And, I couldn't see him. I still didn't see him on the street. And whenever I did want to buy one, it's usually out of state. Michigan, it's not a big sports car state, but it is a car state. Don't get me wrong. The Michigan car scene.
We're going to talk about that later.
We're going to talk about the Michigan car scene. It's a very underrated car scene. But the Maserati Gran Turismo, whether I go to these huge car meets with thousands of people, I'm the only Maserati out there. There's a couple of reasons for that, but the Gran Turismo is my favorite car. It always will be. Even though, like, my dream cars, always kind of once you get your dream car, you're thinking of the next dream car, right? So even then, whenever I'm gonna have this 6 car garage that every car guy dreams of, the Maserati is always gonna have a spot there. Uh,
It's a beautiful car, man.
Thank you.
It's
I
a
appreciate
beautiful
it.
car,
I appreciate
man.
it. And that's the thing about Instagram or growing any kind of platform using a car is wrapping it or customizing it. For example, people love that before and after. It's just like makeup pages, right? It's like a
Right.
transformation.
But sadly, makeup pages get more
Yeah,
views.
yeah. Just because the demographic is a lot bigger, it's a lot wider. So yeah, I mean, with that being said, customization is a big part of growing your page. It's like everybody likes seeing the satisfying videos. Okay, what did you do to the car? You look at these car YouTubers. One of the biggest YouTubers, Tavarish, for example.
Right.
That's his playbook. Buy a car. Let's customize it to the way I want, and take everybody on that journey with me. So that's kind of a smaller scale of what I do. Hopefully, I get to that Tavarish level. But as far as that goes, I mean, that's a big part of why I bought the Maserati. I wanted to make it look the way I want it to look.
Hell yeah, dude. And when you bringing that up, another YouTuber, shout out Josh Laurent, he bought that AMG.
Yeah. Josh Laurent's doing his thing.
You know, hey, God bless you, my brother. Hey, you doing your own thing. No one can be mad.
Absolutely.
Stay positive.
And he
do what you do, man.
He doesn't forget where he's from. I always catch him at these car meets, the local car meets, whether it's a smaller scale or a bigger car meet. You're gonna catch Josh Laurent there because he's a car guy, and we don't change regardless of how big we get. We still want to come to these car meets. We still want to meet people. We still want to collab. And shout out to him. I mean, he's doing his thing. Not a lot of people can say that they didn't change after YouTube. He's one of them.
Right. And talking about that AMG, when he really say it's one of one, it's one of one.
Man, that's one of my dream cars too. The GT AMG.
Yeah.
Man, it's beautiful.
And like you were talking about wrapping it, doing your own thing to it. You guys go on Instagram, go check out Josh Laurent's AMG if you don't know what we're talking about. He is that what you plan on doing with the Maserati?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. Every year, you can't even guess the color that I'm in the next year. Every summer, it's a different.
It's always a new color. Yeah. I'm colorblind, and it's hard for me. And this motherfucker keeps playing games, bro.
And that's the thing. It's like it's fun for me because it's like it feels like a new car. And Josh Laurent does that with his cars. I mean, regardless of how expensive they are. I mean, his McLaren, his AMG. He got a Lambo now.
R.I.P. McLaren.
R.I.P. to the McLaren. But it was, it was one of these cars. Like a McLaren is, it's a supercar. It's a typical supercar on Instagram. You type in McLaren, there's gonna be thousands. But you gotta have a certain artistic way to separate that. And I feel like that's what we do as car guys is express ourselves through customization of cars. And I think every car, as far as that goes, is cool. Like when I go to a car meet, like I can appreciate any car. Because someone put their actual touch on there, their personal touch. Whether it's a crazy bold statement or a more subtle statement.
Also their time and effort.
Absolutely.
You know how there's people. They'll talk down about someone with not a nice car. Like
exactly.
you can come up, working 90 hours a week, for what, 3-4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I bought this car by myself, cash.
Exactly.
It's clapped out. It ain't the most beautiful thing, but I bought it.
Mine, right? Yeah.
You see what I'm? And there's people out there. I wanted to talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This is what I wanted to talk about. Y'all be playing with me, man.
Absolutely.
Y'all be coming to these car meets, and they be talking down about these. Hey man, what the hell is that?
It's crazy. It's wild, and I haven't experienced it too much with the ones that I've been going to, which is great. Just because we set the kind of the standard right away. Shout out to a lot of car meets I'm trying to think of, but the recent ones that have been coming together, they've been positive vibes. I mean, to be honest with you, they could appreciate any kind of car that comes in, and like from your Honda Civics to your Lambos, they're all there, and the Lambo owner can appreciate all the cars there because he came from that. And that's what people don't understand. It's not a 0 to 100. It's not overnight, the success. I was driving Nissan 300ZX, and I'll tell you this much. I loved it as much as I love the Maserati right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was a rust bucket.
You know what I'm saying? But you loved it.
I loved it.
Because you did what you had to do to get it.
nobody could tell me nothing. I was cruising in it. I was revving, revving the engine always. So yeah, that's the thing. It's like now I could appreciate, because I started from the bottom literally, and now I can appreciate any car that I have. So that's one thing you could tell from a car guy. A true car guy can appreciate all cars.
Facts. And my boy Livin was getting these ladies in that Nissan. Don't let him tell you different.
Hey, regardless of the car, hey, the man makes the car. The car does not make the man.
Facts.
Right?
Facts. So this is a good point to bring up the Michigan car scene.
Yeah,
if you guys were wondering where we're from, Michigan. We're not gonna tell you any more about that. If you know us, you know us. If you don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? But Michigan,
Southeast Michigan.
Facts.
Yeah.
See, I'm so happy you're here, bro.
I got
you be helping me out, bro. You be helping me out.
Michigan's huge. You got the Upper Peninsula. You got there's a whole mitten. So yeah, we Southeast Michigan.
So I want your 2 cents on
absolutely
your Michigan car scene that you've experienced.
Yeah. So over the years, they have been getting more organized for sure, and it all depends on the organizers, of course. So once you set the precedent, you set the standard. Hey guys, we need to, we're hosting this car meet. We need to be respectful. It's going to be everybody that's coming in, multiple car groups. So we don't want it to get shut down by police. We don't want to, get people pissed off at us. That way we could host more car meets. And that's what it's about, to be honest with you. Let's be real. We all like a good burnout, but at the same time, we all like looking at cars too. So when you come to these car meets, and you see all these beautiful cars, you see the food stands, you see everybody just having a good time, you see the DJ spinning. I mean, I could go without a burnout or two. You know what I mean? We could do a burnout at the exit, but when this started, we don't want to shut down the scene. So that's it's been huge. This past summer was probably the biggest summer we've had. I don't know if you were at the recent one. It was in Ann Arbor. It was from everywhere. People from Ohio were coming, people from Detroit, and there was, I want to say 1,000 people. We could throw a clip up. I'm gonna send you a clip to show.
Oh yeah.
But it was huge to the point where the police were enjoying the cars. They were just cruising around, and
that's what it's all about.
And that's what it's about. So I think people are starting to understand the car scene like how it is in Cali. The Cali car scene has always been big because it's organized well.
Right.
It's not like there's more car guys in Cali. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of money in Cali, but Michigan has a lot of money too, and Michigan has a lot of supercars too. And the car scene here has been getting better and more organized, and that's all it is. That was I think the depending factor there. So, Moto's been seeing it too, from the small car meets to the big ones. And I always hit them up, even if it's at 7 a.m. Like, hey, bro, we have a car meet coming up. Like,
Speaking about that, I'm sorry I didn't go with you.
No worries.
On the 2 in Detroit and Ann Arbor.
The cars and coffee.
Yeah, I thought you was mad at me.
No. It's all good. It's really hard to wake up that early, bro.
Listen, I texted you the reason. I could not. You know what I'm saying? He has not hit me up ever since. After those 2 days,
there wasn't any car meets after that.
Listen, I honestly thought he hated me. He was like, "Man, we gotta be up at 7 a.m." And I told this dude, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm there."
Yeah, he's like, "Bro,
I decided,
we're carpooling."
You know what I'm saying? I decided the Remy Martin got to me.
That's hilarious.
I was like, my bad, bro.
It was good nonetheless. I mean, they have them multiple times every month. They have a Ann Arbor Cars and Coffee. It's been happening for like 15 years. That's a cool little calming one. I mean, if you like that scene, but if you want more
action
and actual Michigan car scene, you're gonna see guys our age, our demographic. Then you're gonna hit up these car scenes that we post on our Instagrams, on our YouTube pages, ones that haven't been established. Because, the one that Cars and Coffee, I mean, they have that one, it's like tradition. We have ones that are pop-up car meets, which are very cool, It's more spontaneous and more people actually come to these. I like them a lot.
Right, and that's talking about, about the cops enjoying the car meet. That's basically how you know that you're hosting a nice car meet.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
If I wish I had because I had my own car group. I didn't know if you knew.
You told me about it. It was called, after we met.
It was called first. It was called Speed Nation, and then I switched it to sport mode.
Yeah,
I switched it to sport mode.
It was a motorcycle after that, right?
And now it's a motorcycle group. Because I ride the fastest ZX10R in Michigan. Just saying, if you want to race, hit me up.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But, I'm gonna admit it. I there was sometimes the car meets were beautiful. 40, 50 plus cars, and
Yeah.
then most like 95% of the time it would be 4, 5 cars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the people, those four out of that 40 and 50 plus, has the most passion for cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And, I get people say, "Oh man, your car meet wasn't good. It was good for the people that was there. You ain't come. What happened to you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?"
It's chilling, absolutely.
But yeah, a lot of people try to have good car meets, and they do. They
quality over quantity, right?
Honestly, you know what I'm saying. And some hosts, they're not as open to talking to their, the people who come. Me, Livin, we're open people. You can come to us, we can talk. We'll talk forever. That's why I started this podcast because I don't know. I love talking to people.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. Is like that's how I collaborate with a lot of these car groups. It's like, hey, can you help us, get this car meet posted or get this car meet exposure for this car meet? And I mean, of course, why wouldn't I? It's like if it represents, the good car meets that we're talking about here, why not? Because I want to go to these car meets. I'm gonna help you post it. I'm gonna, help you organize it. So it's been good as far as I go. This past summer was probably the best one, and hopefully it gets better from here.
Hope so, man. I miss car meets.
Yeah.
But honestly, if for you guys who watch the news, I don't know if you a news person, but all these like shootings going on.
Yeah, man, it's sad to hear.
All these shootings going on at these car meets, and people driving recklessly, and people. I don't like saying it, but people who can't control their cars or handle their cars, they're hurting people, getting people in trouble. I feel like, tell me if you agree with this. If people, start actually working on that, like, like stop, they're basically showing off. So,
yeah, so I mean, we definitely see less of it at the car meets that we have because we announce it beforehand.
Right.
Like, hey, don't be that guy. Hey, we will literally kick you out if you start something.
And there's always that one guy.
It's always that one guy, and we handle it. These past car meets that have happened, they're on a bigger scale, so they were able to have the resources to have a staff that kept an eye on everything and just making sure everything's under control. People are having a good time. Nothing gets out of hand. So, regardless of how big or small it is, as long as you kind of warn people beforehand, hey, don't do this because we'll get it taken care of ASAP, and you won't be invited to any more. You'll be banned. Blah blah blah. It's kind of setting the precedent and making sure people have consequences to their actions. We're not the police, but hey, we're not going to invite you to the next car meet if it gets out of hand and you get it shut down. Because it's one guy that could get a whole car meet shut down.
Right. And we're just we're trying to keep people safe as well. Keep people safe. We're just there to have a good time, honestly.
Absolutely.
But Michigan is, what Livin said. Michigan is getting better, and hopefully, I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah. Shout out to Modded Detroit. They're a car group that I've been working with, and the Mitch, the main person that runs that page, Modded Detroit, on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. They are a good page to follow as far as car meets go. They don't just post their own car meets; they post other car pages, car meets, which a lot of people don't do for some reason because they don't like giving out, I guess, clout. But Modded Detroit is one of those pages that it's a good page to follow. They host amazing car meets. We'll throw up some clips of what their car meets look like.
Oh yeah.
And how organized it is. Sometimes they have contests going on, fun contests. They have indoor car meet, semi-indoor, and then outdoor car meet. So it's cool. It's a very, very nice atmosphere for a car guy. I don't know any car guy that would complain about that.
That's that's what I hope the future is. Expanding your car meets. Talking to your people, like I said. Just doing your thing. Everyone having fun. Everyone being safe. Helping other car hosts. Helping other car groups out. That's honestly what people enjoy. But enough with the car scene. I wanna talk more about Livin Lavish. So is it like a what is it? Is it like a brand or
So
something?
it is a brand. It's a brand I started 2.5 years ago. I didn't know where I wanted to take it. The whole idea of lavish, it's a mindset. It's not just cars. It's traveling. It's eating good food. It's fashion. So lavish can mean pretty much anything that you kind of could think of that's good. So I wanted to take that and capitalize on it because anytime we go out to eat, it has to be a really like real good food. It doesn't have to be pricey. Lavish. People think that the word lavish goes hand in hand with expensive.
Right.
I mean, you've been to these hole in the wall restaurants that are cheaper than your average chain restaurant, and it's amazing food.
Right.
So that's a lavish experience
Oh,
for me. You know
100%.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that's lavish food when you find something that's a gem, and it doesn't have to be a price attached to it. So with that being said, I mean that could go for clothes, that could go for traveling. You could go to the most beautiful countries in the world, and they cost cheaper than going domestically, traveling domestically. I mean, my Cali trips cost more than my Dubai trips. You know what I mean? Dubai is the most lavish city in the world, lavish country in the world.
And we had to change the scenery
We
here.
gotta change rooms, bro. Don't worry about it, okay?
Hey, so
It's a
so
crazy ride.
basically, like I was saying, I mean, it's just catching a deal. I mean, it doesn't have to be expensive for it to be lavish. Catching a good deal, and you could literally have that lavish car, that lavish trip, and that's what I do as far as that goes. It's you know being in that sense of having that extravagant taste or that lavish taste is just a matter of finding the right deal.
Bro, we all messed up, bro. We had to switch rooms. We had these people yelling
We
at
were
us
just gonna
because,
play it off. This is not subtle whatsoever.
dude,
I got
this
a
is
jacket on now. It's
this is
colder in this
script.
room.
It's not script. It's not script. I'm sweating, bro. I'm
We
work.
just got to keep y'all on your toes, man.
Yeah, but honestly, with what you were saying, with your trips, I hope, I wanna do, I wanna collab with you. I wanna go to Dubai with you. I wanna go to Mexico with you. When I buy a nice car, we need to collab for sure.
And the car scene in Dubai, I mean, it's something else, man.
Oh, dude,
It's a content creator's dream, a car guy's dream, place to actually shoot. The whole place is very photogenic. Wherever you're shooting, you want to make sure that everything in the shot it works. In Dubai, any shot you take, it's gonna be beautiful background, beautiful backdrop, beautiful cars. I mean, the police cars they drive to keep up with these supercars. They have to have supercars.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of the few countries that invest in Lamborghinis for their police department. And I've seen Ferraris, police
Don't
cars.
they got a Bugatti now?
I've seen that one. That's online. I've never seen it in person, but they definitely their laws are very strict as far as speeding goes. They don't have speed traps. They have cameras that'll just measure your speed, and you'll get a ticket mailed to you.
Man, I know I'll get 80 of them boys,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I
It's
don't
one
want
of those
that.
things. Like I just even if you let's say you go there, you have a rental car, you don't know that you got a speeding ticket till you give the rental back. So I was given the rental
Oh.
back, thankfully I followed the rules there and I was driving probably under the speed limit because it's all in kilometers there. And this is how you check in the car, you give it back to them returning the car. They check if it's been ticketed. They say, okay, no tickets, you're free to go, or not free to go, but you don't have to pay any, citations or anything
Right,
like
yeah.
that. So it's a very very strict country, very clean country. I mean, even if your car is dirty over there, they're gonna ticket you.
Really?
Yeah, everything
What?
has to be immaculate, pristine. They cater to tourism. They care about their reputation a lot.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, 20 years ago, that was a desert. So it's a brand new, literally brand new everything.
You
So
gotta, you
it's
gotta
a
take
lavish
care of it,
place.
man. That's a
Yeah,
beautiful place. Beautiful place. Beautiful time having this podcast with you as well,
absolutely,
man.
man. Thanks
No,
for having me,
for
chopping
sure,
it
man.
up. Hopefully, I mean, we're going to look back at this podcast and say, wow, look where we've come. Look how far we've come. And I know with this channel, if you stay consistent, that's going to be the case.
It's not even funny. That's the third time he said that. Our camera kept on cutting off and everything, but we got it down. Hopefully, I
Technical
hope that phone.
difficulties.
No, hold on.
Technical
Let me check that damn phone.
We're 3 minutes in. He's checking it.
We good.
All right.
Good.
So
Good, man.
if y'all like content like this, if you like the podcast, he's gonna have more guests, more interesting than me even. I mean, I don't know if I'm interesting, but having guests on
You're
here.
very interesting, bro.
Thank you, bro.
We
And
love
having
you, man.
having guests on here that are actually gonna be showing you, their insight as far as the car scene or anything of topic really. Make sure y'all let them know. Give them the feedback. Y'all like it? Like the video? Subscribe, and hopefully it grows from here in the community of what is it? Mark Crew.
Mark Crew, the
The
Mark Crew, man. Stay true to
community
it.
stays growing.
Stay true to the Mark Crew, man.
That's it. Stay true to the Mark Crew. And thanks for watching.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for having me.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Hey,
us
man, much
chopping it
love,
up
man.
here.
Much love, man.
All right, man.
I'm gonna
Peace
see y'all
out.
on the next one.